Hey guys, today we start reading in Acts chapter 4, beginning at verse 32. And in verse 32 it says that they were all of one heart and one soul. I believe that this portion of the book of Acts really begins to speak to a time when things were being established in the heart of the community or the fellowship of the believers as a whole. And so in verse 33 it talks about the apostles, that they were all witnesses to the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And I believe that we too have been witnesses to the resurrection power of God that has given us supernatural life. And it says there that through this revelation or through this witness of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that great grace began to be poured out on all of them. And that grace is God's empowerment in our life. He empowers us to do the things that He's asked us to do. And through that empowerment, they go out, they begin to preach. We read, beginning in chapter 5, the story of Ananias and Sapphira. We know how that story ends, but even through that story, we see that the fear of God began to fall on the people, that a reverence for Him, a reverence for His message, a reverence for His life began to be poured out on the people. And through that, they were established in that power of God and would go out and preach the gospel, and He would do miraculous signs and wonders through them. Even Peter's shadow could heal the sick. But it also brought persecution. So even as they went out and they were established in the power of God, they faced persecution, but there was always God's hand was always there to supernaturally protect them, to supernaturally set them free from imprisonment or whatever the situation might be. We see God's hand there to protect and lead and guide. And so as this thing really began to be established in their hearts, they understood that because we are witnesses of the resurrection power of God in our lives, He empowers us to do the things that He's asked us to do. We are not alone in what we're doing as we preach this message, as we go in this fellowship of Jesus Christ. He goes with us. And so I want us to be established today in the grace of God that empowers our life and leads us in everything that we do. Thanks, guys.